Do you encounter them again? Do you guys switch phone numbers and information? How do you link up with them again to get into the mix of NCT?
Yeah, that year I had ran into them a couple of times, and like I'm pretty sure that's what happened because I ran into the river at Home Depot like twice, and then somehow we just linked up. And
that first time you meet at Home Depot, how do you start communicating? Because usually writers avoid each other sometimes, you know, unless they hit each other up.
Back then I wouldn't be confrontational, but I'll ask like, hey, what you guys write? Like,
yeah. What does NCT stand for?
Nightmares Come True.
According to an interview, Sex NCT says the crew started in 1997 in San Diego. Can you confirm that?
If he says this, must be true.
Do you know the history of NCT?
No, not all of it, no.
Do you know who creates it? The writer's name or the writers?
I think Sky NCT. I could be wrong, but I think that's who started it.
Do you know who some of the original members of NCT were?
Sky, Pubes, I think Messer, Bear. Who else is there? Those are what I remember right now.
NCT, legendary graffiti letters. Nightmares Come True, an incredible name. Do you know who comes up with the letters and the name Nightmares Come True?
You know, honestly, I don't. No, I don't.
What did NCT originally stand for? Was it always Nightmares Come True?
Yeah, when I got in, that's the name, like Nightmares Come True, and then it's other stuff too, but Nightmares Come True.
What made you want to join NCT to begin with, and not a different crew that represented Los Angeles?
Before I was from NCT, I had gotten to CDP, and I was like, that was a crew I seen growing up, and when they asked me to get in, I thought like, wow, you know, like I want to get in, and when I got in, they were all cool, but it wasn't what I thought it was gonna be, and I seen these guys coming up, like they were kind of new too, like fresh, and I just gravitated towards them, and I dropped CDP and got into NCT.
How long do you represent CDP?
Probably like a year, less than that.
Who recruits you in CDP?
It was a Twism CDP.
How do you join? Does he just tell you to join? Do you have to complete missions? Or what are the requirements to join a crew like CDP in that era?
That was like 2003. That's like when I started coming out of East LA. I got my first car, and his brother went to school with my homie Balf, and like his brother kept calling, "Hey, tell us to roll up," and eventually I went to their house, and we're chilling. Like I think I went like a few times, and then I got in, and then I was like, "Fuck, I'm gonna get in," and like it was cool. Just like they're all cool. I still talk to them. It just I felt better with NCT.
Can you name some of the members in CDP back then? Because they were a huge known crew back then, doing giant rollers everywhere.
Yeah. Like when I got in, they had like a little meeting or a little get together. Like Zwick, Twism, Cal, City, Sector was there. There was a bunch of dudes right there. They were pretty deep.
How do you tell the CDPs that you no longer want to be in the crew? Is it kind of a touchy issue? Do they have your blessing? Do you have their blessing?
It wasn't touchy, but like that's how I felt. So like, if that's how I feel, I'm gonna just tell them. You know, I told them, and that was about it.